Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy, and this is the long delayed second part of my trip to the MGK Bash in Buffalo. I had shown what I picked up at Revolver Records and some other video of the goings on, but this is our trip to Black Dots Records, which a lot of people preferred, but I thought both stores were really nice. And they were having a big sale at Black Dots, as it was, of course, 10% off, but then they also had anything under 10 was half off. So quite a deal. But first off, I'd like to show, of course, I didn't show this before, the t-shirt that Steve, A is for Alice, B is for Bob, printed up and made for us. And then he also gave me this. He had a book of different artists, and he cut pages out and he gave it to different people. He knew that I was a big Van Morrison fan, although I don't know if Van would be happy with this caricature of him, but yeah, it's just some cool information. And so that was great of Steve. And I also wanted to show when I left Buffalo, I went through Ontario, the bottom of Ontario, met up with Doc, who I do videos with Rich Strickler and Brian from Massey's Main Entertainment. Doc doesn't have a channel, but he does videos with us. And I got to meet up with Doc, and in fact, I'll put a link down below to the last video we did. We do music and movie videos, and we're going through our favorite movies that begin with the letter A. Was our first one, and we're going to go all the way through the alphabet. Anyway, this is what he gave me. He gave me a bunch of CDs. First off is Barney Bental. I think he's out of Toronto. Doc called him the Canadian Bruce Springsteen, and you'll have to tell me if you think that's true on that. And I haven't listened to a lot of these because I'm still going through the ones I got at Revolver. Then the National Band of Canada, the Tragically Hip, the album Fully Completely. I do have one of their other albums. I have Road Apples, so this is the second one I have of theirs. He also gave me Arcade Fire and their album Funeral. I have The Suburbs. This is the only Arcade Fire album I have, but I have been kind of looking for this one, so that was great to get. And then a couple, 5440, another big Canadian band. This is their album Casual Viewin', and then 2 live CDs on this, Heavy and Mellow. So the band 5440, the band 38 Special Flashback. I think this is a hits collection from the band 38 Special. I guess kind of Southern rock, what do they call it? And this was kind of a unique one. I've listened to a few of these songs and I really liked them. Is The Philosopher Kings. So thanks, Doc, for those. So let's get into what I picked up at Black Dots. First off, it's the Norwegian synth pop band Aha, their debut, Hunting High and Low. I recently got Scoundrel Days, which was their second album, and I really liked it. So when I saw this in the bins, I had to pick it up. Of course, Take On Me is the famous song on here and the famous MTV video. One of probably the most famous maybe MTV video. A lot of people maybe think that they're only a one-hit wonder, but The Sun Always Shines on TV was also a hit in the US. It got up to number 20. So yeah, Norwegian band that I'm really starting to dig now. And here's the inner for that. They were on the Warner Brothers label. Also picked up this Roxy Music mini album, live at the Glass Theater Glasgow. Got 4 songs on there. I think I have most of their albums, but I didn't have this mini album here. Also on Warner Brothers. Then I happened to see this Dr. Dog album, Fate. Now, I had a couple of their songs downloaded, and I really liked them, but I had never really picked up any of their albums. I've seen Randall Weaver show them a while back, but yeah, this is from 2008, Dr. Dog. I think they're out of Philadelphia. Their album Fate, custom label there. I'd call them alternative indie rock. I don't know. Then I picked up probably my favorite guitarist, and that's Richard Thompson and his solo debut, starring as Henry the Human Fly. And of course, many know him from being in Fairport Convention. Like I said, I think he's my favorite guitarist. And this was on Reprise. Then I have the Beat Farmers and their album, The Pursuit of Happiness. Now, I do have this on CD, and I'm trying to cut down on what I buy on vinyl if I already have it on CD. But this was actually $1.99, so half off was $1. So I didn't think I could resist this for $1. And they're roots rock. We're on the Curb label. I think if you like the Blasters, you would like the Beat Farmers. I also picked up, I haven't even opened this, Buzzcocks, A Different Kind of Tension. Yeah, this was marked down from $24.99 to $16.99. I think I got 10% off that. But yeah, I recently was in a record store, a local one, and I saw it in the recent bin, and I kind of let it go, and I was doing some other stuff, and I went back to pick it up again, and somebody had it in their hand. So, but this one says, sourcing the original 1/4-inch tapes for the first time since the original 1979 release, Buzzcocks' startling third album, at last sounds like it was always meant to be. So maybe it's a good thing I left that one, because this is how it was always meant to be, according to the hype sticker. But yeah, Buzzcocks, Different Kind of Tension. And an album I've been looking for a while, and was surprised to find it there in the recent bins for them. And that was the Stranglers' Feline. You can see that this would be my 6th Stranglers album. I'm trying to collect all their albums. And this is on the Epic label. I think what the hits on here were The European Female and Golden Brown, I think were the singles. But yeah, fantastic album that I've been looking for a while. I was glad to find that and pick it up. I think I've said already that I had Rush's first 2 albums, and I haven't picked up anything probably in the last 20-some years of theirs until recently, and I picked up 2 Rush albums on my Buffalo trip. Both were from the 80s, so a little more synthesizer use in them. But yeah, this is the second one. I showed the other one I picked up. This is, I think Power Windows is the other one I picked up, and this is Signals. And what was the hit off here? Subdivisions. Countdown? Subdivisions, I know. And the lyric sheet, there's the inner on the Mercury label, kind of a custom label. Next I have Leon Russell and his album Carney. This is supposed to be his best album. I only had a best of collection, but yeah, Leon Russell, great piano player, great songwriter. This has the hits Tightrope and Magic Mirror on there. Here's on the Shelter label. So Leon Russell. And then got Tom Paul and the Glazer Brothers. Of course, Tom Paul Glazer was big in the outlaw country movement. Interesting to listen to this one. It's an early one. It looks so young on that. Kind of got a cool inner, some other artists on here. Got Roy Orbison, Hank Williams. the Royalettes. I don't know if I know the Royalettes. Herman's Hermits, Lou Christie, the big voice, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, David Rose, of course he was big, did the stripper, Connie Francis, Hank Williams Jr., boy, he really looks young there. Errol Garner, I have one of his albums. Anyway, and on the MGM label. So that's it. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone take care if you can. Make it to Buffalo next year. Try to make it, and see you in the next video.